Now, to further discussions on Indaver's technology and projects, we are pleased to welcome remotely Mr. Eric Merman, Business Development Manager at Indaver, for a live question and answer session. Hello, Eric, and good afternoon. Welcome to the Plastic Solutions Forum.
Hello, Chloe.
Yes.
First of all, thanks a lot for allowing us to present our project, which should become in a very near future more than a project, but should become really an asset which is also operational.
Thank you, Eric. Well, we do have a few questions about your future plans, but we'll start with the first large question. You're a waste management company involved in collection and sorting. Why did you decide to get into chemical recycling when others are more focused on mechanical recycling?
Yeah, I think there's several reasons for that. Let's say we try to follow up always as good as we can what will happen in the future, and where some opportunities might arise to invest in a new plant. Indaver is an asset-driven company, an asset-driven waste management company. So at the end, we're always looking for the opportunities to invest and also operate our own assets. I think already many times in this webinar, it has been said that legislation has been changed, helping, let's say, the chemical recycling. And I'm very pleased to hear that now we are, well, let's say the people on the stage are really seeing chemical recycling at the same level as mechanical recycling. I think we need both. We do not have a history in mechanical recycling. However, we have a long history in waste management, in sorting. And I think we know very well what plastics are. And maybe a last point, or last answer, part of the answer on your question is the fact that we once in the 80s, Indaver actually was established as a joint project between the authorities and the petrochemical industry. So we always have been very close with the petrochemical industry. And from the moment that we saw that they really needed a solution in terms of, in this matter, chemical recycling, that's also the reason that we jumped in the hole, but where we see that we are definitely not the only one who jumped in the hole.
Okay, thank you very much. This is very clear. We'll now move to the participants' question. Thomas?
Yes, hello, Eric. Yes, we have a first question, which is linked to the preparation of the material. So can you explain us, how do you plan to build a bridge fairly between the bales and the quality of the bales coming from the sorting center and the input material and your specifications?
Yeah. I think this will be a staged approach. We will start with a demonstration plant like also the other presenters did or will start. And during that phase, we will foresee actually some extra certainties, and we will foresee also our own pre-treatments so that we can tailor as good as possible the waste entering a pre-treatment, which is basically baled waste, and to adjust that to the specifications of our demonstration unit. I think we need to be realistic in that. There's still a lot that needs to be proven. However, at the end, what we want to prove that is that we can keep out this pre-treatments and actually have baled waste directly or with a minor pre-treatment prepared before it goes into our plastic to chemicals plant, how we call it. But the main, let's say, the main reason of our demonstration unit will be to explore the limits of allowing impurities in the feedstock that we will take in. And definitely, we did already many tests. We see that we are able to take in quite some impurities. That means that we will not be competing with mechanical recycling, but we will be actually competing with the waste to energy.
Thank you, Eric. We have another question regarding the localization of your demo plant and the fact that we have seen and we will see that there is a lot of projects in Netherlands. Do you think that you will compete for the feedstock, or do you think that it will have enough material for everybody?
That is an important question that we are questioning ourselves also. Now, okay, the demonstration plant that we foresee, it's 20,000 tons per year plant, as you also heard in the previous presentation or movie. We can ramp it up to a little bit more, let's say 26,000 tons per year. However, we are building our plants to be very robust, and that means robust towards impurities. That means that we should be able to also take in some material which is more impure, and therefore I think we should also be able to take plastics where others might have some difficulties. Second, we're also building this plant, and it's already, let's say, in a very far design stage, to be able to take in polystyrene and convert that to styrene monomer, and to take in polyolefins. So we will be looking, let's say, to two input markets, as I can say so, in terms of material, which is polystyrene and polyolefins. And that will be spreading the risk of being able to find enough material. Well, that's at least what we think.
Okay, now we have two technical questions. The first one is linked to the once again to your feedstock, and the question is, will you able to manage both PS and polyolefin together or in a separate way, and will you able to manage both feedstock in the same line, or is it two different lines?
Yeah, so we will not treat it together. However, some impurities of polystyrene are allowed when we are processing polyolefins, and vice versa. However, we believe that it's a waste of money if you would mix it too much, because the end product, on the one hand, if you're treating polystyrene is styrene monomer, which is having quite a high value. If you're treating the polyolefins, like also for the other presenters, it's a naphtha gazole type of fraction and a wax type of fraction. So the value of the product will be higher if we are not mixing them too much. So we will operate separate campaigns of polystyrene and polyolefin. Yeah, at the end, that's I think the answer on your question. We not on purpose mix them.
Okay, thank you. We have another question regarding your pilot plants. Can you elaborate a little bit about the next steps of this pilot plant?
Yeah. So pilot plant, I think you mean then a demonstration plant.
Yes.
So we foresee a demonstration plant to be ready in 2022. We will operate that for a couple of years, and we call that in a demonstration modus. And after that, we will upscale that plant to a pure polystyrene plant of 65,000 tons per year incoming waste. However, as we will operate a few years in a demonstration modus, also testing polyolefins, we will then start looking also for the right locations with an optimum symbiosis with existing petrochemical plants and sites to also upscale to polyolefin plants, where we believe to have a good economical case that you need at least 200,000 tons per year plant in order to be able to deliver a naphtha gazole fraction which is market competitive.
Thank you very much, Mr. Merman. We'll now take a last question before concluding.
Thanks, Eric. We have a last question, which is more or less almost the same for all techno providers, which is linked to the presence of additive that we can find in some packaging of waste. Have you got any idea about what kind of additive you can manage today and what could be the issue of each one?
Yeah. Let's say I'll give two answers. One is more specifically on the polystyrene. The test that we have done, we've seen that we can actually allow quite some different additives or impurities in the stream. That's because we developed a very extensive distillation step at the end of our process. And we did several runs already where we have proven that we can obtain a 99.7% of styrene monomer. So that seems to work very well and is very performant in terms of impurities. For the polyolefins, there I think it's also mentioned already that chlorine, oxygen, nitrogen are, let's say, the main points of attention. We see that if we treat the streams as they are coming now from the sorting lines, with the impurities of, let's say, up to 10% even, that we can actually transform these towards a naphtha gasol fraction or a wax fraction. However, you see also that there is a next step that is needed for purifying it in terms of hydrotreatment, where we see that most of the petrochemical partners that has been mentioned already today in the different presentations, actually with all these companies we are in discussions today, that they are working themselves on a purification upgrading technology.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you very much, Eric. So this discussion is now getting to its end. It was a pleasure to exchange with you directly. We wish you a great afternoon and see you soon.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.